Excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
All right. What up, y'all? KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for C Plus Studios. And this is the New World Podcast, brother. And I gotta tell you something. I'm getting sick and tired of this internet problem. Whatever Suddenlink now is, Opedium, whatever. I've been having this problem since the company switched over. It's been annoying. But I finally got to piece together and watch Monday Night Raw as best as I could. You know, it's funny how the internet is such a key thing these days, when back in the day that wasn't even the gist, but now, you know, and I was telling Penta about it, and Penta's like, yo, man, why don't you just use your phone, man? Where I am, the internet is terrible, even on my cellular data plan. Like, yeah, even Big Daddy knows this. We'll be talking on the phone and the call will drop, or I can't even get calls, or I don't get texts. It's ridiculous, redonkulous. But let's get right into it. The Usos, the Bloodline, come out with Solo, where's Sami Zayn? But then the New Day interrupts, and it's just this great back and forth between two great tag teams, and we're going to get that match on SmackDown. SmackDown. The New Day versus the Usos for the titles. They're talking about they're going to beat the New Day's reign. They're talking about this and that, and it's a little bit of a work and a shoot. I feel like, like personal. This is going to be personal when it comes down to it. They got the full first 40 minutes of the show. But I was just like, I'm down for the New Day. I'm down for the Usos to go battle. Like, you can always go back to that well and find something awesome. So, then Riddle comes out, his weed jokes, they got the bongs. You want to hit my bong, bro? Hit the bong and pass, and it's interaction. The segment went a little long, but then we got a match between the Usos and Solo versus the New Day and Riddle. Usos and Solo win. Then we got a Cedric Alexander versus Baron Corbin, JBL. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to accept Baron Corbin's new thing with JBL of being the modern day wrestling god. I just don't think it's working. Either that or he needs to switch things up immediately. He got the win over Cedric Alexander, but it was one of those things where, like, okay, where are we going? What's the goal with this? Is this down the road? Are we going to make him like a top competitor to take on Roman Reigns or something? Because either he needs to change it up or something. I don't know. Tell me what you think, man. I think Baron's just missing something. Seth came out for an open challenge. He's like, and Seth is now a babyface. That crowd, he is Seth freaking Rollins, and that crowd wouldn't have it any other way. So Seth has the open challenge, but Ali interrupts on the TV. Then he gets murdered. Mustafa Ali gets murdered by Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, very heel this night, man, and he just whoops him, and then he's like, I'm coming for that title, blah, 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 blah. I accept your open challenge. And then Mustafa Ali's fighting again. And the part that freaked me out is when he picked Mustafa Ali and chucked him like he was nothing. When bam, he went down. The camera cuts back to Seth. And Seth was like, oh, shit. Can we check on him? Can we check on Mustafa Ali? But Seth as a heel, Seth as a babyface works 100%. Then we had the Finn Balor come out with the Judgment Day, and he's telling Seth, I still have a problem with you, blah, 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 blah. You hurt me at my first title defense, planting the seeds there. But then the OC come out, and I love Seth is like, I'm gonna take off here. I don't need to be part of this. And AJ Styles is just like, yo, this isn't over. I think we already laid the foundation for one of the War Games matches with Bianca Belair, Team Bayley versus Team Bianca. Survivor Series War Games. We'll get into that, but I think we're gonna see the OC versus the Judgment Day inside War Games, a War Games match and stuff like that. That's just, I feel like that's what it is, because if you're gonna introduce Mia Yim to join the OC, to be part of the OC, to be part of the Rhea problem and beating down Rhea, I'm thinking that's the match you're gonna go, because they said it's far from over, so we could get the OC and the Judgment Day inside the War Games cage. That's gonna be awesome, man. So Mia Yim didn't get a pop though. She got a pop, but she didn't get the pop. She's awesome. So we shall see. Rhea Ripley. And then they went back to the Judgment Day backstage or talking to them. I might be all over the place because of my nose. But the thing that I liked about the backstage when like, oh, Rhea, don't worry about Rhea Ripley. She's fine. She's part of the Judgment Day, blah, 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 blah. And I love the fact that Dominic's like, they hurt mommy. You know, you can't hurt mommy. And I'm like, oh, I'm calling her mommy, you cochino. But they teased Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. I think that's where we're going with Rhea. I am 100% down because you won't pull the trigger on Bayley. Like I said on my Crown Jewel review, I just don't understand why Bayley's not the champion right now. But if we're gonna move on to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair going for the Raw Women's Championship, but let's see what we got. We had Elias versus Otis, and usually they use the Alpha Academy to build somebody, but this time Otis beat Elias, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, all right, sure, why not? I love Otis, he's my spirit animal, and I love Elias, and I walk with Elias. They had Austin Theory, he bumped into Shelton Benjamin backstage and to set up this match. Austin Theory for the win. I was like, all right, cool, we still believe in Austin Theory, let's keep believing. And then we have Asuka and Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair coming out, and possibly the fourth member for them could be Candice LeRae, what I'm guessing, because they've had problems with Bayley, but then they call out Damage Control, and they're like, yo, blah, 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 then they get into it, and Nikki Cross comes out, and it's a numbers game, they're beating down, but before Nikki Cross came out, God dang it, Bianca Belair, Jesus, was like, yo, we're going to war. This is War Games, man. We'll see you there. And I was just like, I'm in. This next segment was great with The Miz versus Johnny Gargano, but before that, Johnny really exposed The Miz because The Miz met some Hollywood producer or some crap like that. And The Miz is like, yeah, I staged this whole thing, and why'd you stop paying him? And then you find out the producer was a private investigator that had video on him the whole time, and then they had their match. The Miz cheated, and The Miz beat Johnny, but Dexter hit The Miz with the chair, so we're going to continue the storyline. Johnny Gargano is awesome. He has that comedic face and timing. Like, I'm excited to see where this goes. I like the fact that The Miz has been exposed, and I want to see where the storyline's going, especially with Dexter still looming in the background, and after he got beat down by The Miz. Dana Brooke versus Nikki Cross, nothing crazy, but Nikki got the win. I did enjoy this match just because I like the fact that Nikki is back as Nikki, but she won the 24/7 title, and I remember seeing this on the Twitter on social media. She threw away the title, and I was like, good. And I saw it happen. I saw her with the title, and she just had it, and now it's in the trash, and I'm just like, let's throw it away. That's it. Like we're getting rid of, we're shedding things from the Vince McMahon era that just shouldn't have been, in my opinion. The 24/7 title. I remember when that title was introduced, and we were all excited because we're like, oh, the hardcore title's coming back. There was so many speculations, and Mick Foley's going to introduce it, and then it's like, oh my God, what is that? Green strap, just awkward looking. The only person that made that title even fun was R-Truth, but even that got old. But good job to Nikki. Okay. Now we get to the main event with Seth Rollins was supposed to face Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title in this open challenge match, but no, we get this dirty monster heel of Bobby Lashley that's just ruthless. And I think he later on, if you look at his chest, I think he cut himself. But man, he's just ruthless. And And he just beats down Seth, throws him through a table. And this is the part I was just like, damn, we are really shedding Vince McMahon's like everything at this point, because Austin Theory brings in the Money in Bank, cashes it in unsuccessfully, might I add, because I love Austin Theory. I've been on Austin Theory's team ever since, and I think if Vince McMahon was still here, he would be currently the Universal Undisputed Champion of WWE. I feel like if Vince was still around, that would have happened, but this was a pure message of, no, this is not what we want. This is not where we're going. That he's still a kid, and that's what I got, because he hit Seth with things that should have finished Seth freaking Rollins, that should have ended it. And he should have walked out with the U.S. title. But the fact he had to cash it in on the U.S. title, then get his ass handed to him by Bobby Lashley. For me, it was a big fuck you to Austin Theory. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. That's what that was. That was a big fuck you. Fuck you, Vince. We're moving on from this kid. We don't have to worry about the Money in the Bank contract anymore. Bam, it's done. It's over with. He tried to cash it in on the U.S. Championship, and now he's out. He's out. No more. And I feel sad for Austin Theory, but maybe this is a good thing for maybe down the road. Triple H can work with him a little bit more. So once again, it's just like with Baron Corbin when he lost his Money in the Bank, and it just happens. These things happen, and I was very upset when I was like, are you serious? He's going to cash it in for the U.S. Championship? Man, I don't understand and don't know how to feel about it, because I do like Austin Theory. I think Austin Theory, he can be a mega superstar. Take away the stupid selfie phones and whatnot. I like the fact that he was getting a little bit of the like a beard, a 5 o'clock shadow and stuff like that. But it is what it is, I guess. And Bobby just leveled him, and then he got curb stomped in 1, 2, 3. The Seth freaking Rollins wins. So we shall see what goes on next week, man. And like I said, I tried really hard to piece together and watch the show as best I can. I watched a little bit on Hulu. I watched a little bit on YouTube. I watched a little bit on Sling, but my internet was just not having it. So I'm just like, all right, man. But I got to see a good chunk of the show. I got to see finishes and stuff like that, so I did do a deep dive and trying to make sure I got all the right information as possible. To be honest, I could probably give the show, from what I've seen and what I've watched, I can probably honestly give the show a solid 4, a 4 out of 5. The only soul-crushing thing for me was Austin Theory cashing in the Money in the Bank. I'm happy that Mia Yim is joining the OC. I'm happy that now we're on to Survivor Series War Games. That's where we're on to now, and I can't wait. November 26th, 2 days after my birthday, we're going to see War Games at Survivor Series. Man, it's going to be a banger, bro. So here we go. Then now we're on to SmackDown. I can't wait for the Usos and the New Day going to battle once again. So I give this show a solid 4 out of 5. I hope you're enjoying the New World podcast as we're moving along. I hope you enjoyed the Crown Jewel. There's a lot more stuff to come. Watching matches and stuff like that. Digging back deep into the well of WWE and AEW and just other professional wrestling promotions like New Japan and stuff like that. Even Noah Pro Wrestling and MLW. I'm taking a deep dive in all these things, and I'm loving it, man. Because this right here, this is therapy for me. Therapy. Next to doing music reviews, which is coming back here soon, this is therapy. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that I can share my love of professional wrestling with y'all. All right, now that's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. What was your highs? What was your lows? What was your downs? What was your everything? Okay? Drop those comments below. Then like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Share, show some love. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
You can trust me.
Everything Johnny is saying